Can you imagine sending $4.5 million to the wrong address, losing $4.5 million in Ethereum? Well, one unlucky user has just done exactly that. Pour one out because, ouch, that hurts, man. The Ethereum community is baffled by a mysterious $4.5 million Ether burn incident. So this is an unknown person. We don't know who this is. Their Ethereum name service ID is nd4.eth. They burned, I guess, thank you for your sacrifice in burning 2,500 Ethereum. Hey, there's that. But they burned 2,500 Ethereum. Sent to the wrong address. That's as brutal, man. Now, as they point out here, the exact motive behind this burn remains unknown. Probably just a mistake, or I don't know. If it's not a mistake, somebody needs to reach out to that dude, man, because somebody's feeling bad. If you're just burning $4.5 million for fun or because you're sad, I don't know. But that's crazy. What a mistake to make. Now, to be fair, they still have millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrencies, so they're not totally washed out here, and they probably have other addresses, I would imagine, I'd hope. But definitely has a big hit for them. So the guy who transferred that 2,500 Ethereum, he's a whale who has $1.8 million worth of GMX tokens, $1.4 million worth of GNS tokens. So there's that. But this is also not the first time that this guy sent money to that dead address. They sent some GNX, some GMX over there as well. So I don't know what's going on in this situation. It's a pretty weird story. Let me know what you think is going on with this Ethereum whale just burning millions of dollars of Ethereum. Dumb mistake. Feeling sad about life. I don't know. Let me know your theories. I'm curious to hear it. But I share this story because people make mistakes. And that's probably what happened here. People make mistakes, man. So if you've made mistakes in this industry, and we've all made mistakes, if you made a mistake sending money to a wrong address or clicking on a link and getting scammed, or hey, how about these whales here? They sold $2.5 million of the Pepe for a loss of $700,000. Ouch. Ouch. They lost gambling on a meme coin, what most people don't make in 10 years. The whale also bought a bunch of the bald meme coin and lost $1.67 million on it. 1,100 ETH down to 200 or 189 ETH they got back. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody screws up. This is something to remember in crypto. If somebody's been in crypto for a few years and they haven't screwed up, that means they probably haven't taken any kind of risks and probably underperformed the wider market of people who do take a few risks. But when you're taking risks, you got to remember to scale those risks, use risk management strategies. Don't put $2 million into the bald stablecoin, or not stablecoin, meme coin. Man, come on. Some people have too much money, I swear. I'm going to throw $3 million in the Pepe. I'm going to throw $2 million into this brand new stablecoin that came up 2 days ago. What do people do? This is crazy stuff. Some of these old ETH whales, man, they just have so much money. It's wild. My mind is blown. The amount of money people lose on a daily basis in this market, just getting chopped up, chasing hype, chasing the new shiny thing. They're like dogs chasing cars, man. And even if they caught that car, they wouldn't know what to do with it. They get run over half the time by the car coming up behind them. There's a chance right now in these markets, I believe, to make serious wealth in the coming cycle. But you can't get chopped up like these guys are doing. Be careful about your security, double check your addresses, and don't get caught chasing the meme coin hype. Now, that being said, let's talk about some good Ethereum news, mostly layer 2 news, but also some pretty big news here for layer 1 Ethereum. As Altcoin Daily pointed out, Ethereum has just surpassed 100 million. 100 million. Yo, this is a big number. 100 million non-zero addresses. That means that 100 million Ethereum addresses have been created and have at least a penny or so of Ethereum sitting on them. Now, look, most of these addresses have very, very little sitting on them, but it's a damn big number regardless. To see the growth from essentially 0 to 100 million addresses within, what is that, 6-7 years? It's pretty damn impressive. So my hat's off to you, Ethereum, continuing to be the leader, of course, here in the market. Now, before we break down the layer 2 stuff, because we got a lot of layer 2 news, a lot of DeFi news and stuff as well, just a quick note. If you are investing in altcoins, I have created the altcoin course that I wish that I had back when I started investing in altcoins. So this course is going to take you through all the stuff that you need to know. And look, we cover a lot of this content here all the time. This is all the content in a nice little package for you, where you can come, enjoy the videos, enjoy the content, and get a really great understanding on what the heck is going on with the altcoin game. So it's called Mastering Altcoin Investing. We're going to go over market cycles. We're going to understand how to get altcoins, the best ways to get altcoins, airdrops, and DeFi, and how to, of course, not get scammed. Looking at how to build a good portfolio, how to take profits, all this kind of stuff. All this kind of stuff. It's a fantastic course. There's a link in the description where you can learn more about it. So go and check it out if you want to take your altcoin investing to the next level. Now let's talk about MakerDAO. So the MakerDAO DAI savings rate, or the DSR, has been increased up to 8%. So that means you can now take your DAI stablecoins, deposit them into the MakerDAO protocol, and earn 8% a year on them. Of course, see some whales already taking advantage of that. One whale sold over 5,000 Ethereum for DAI, and they also borrowed a bunch of DAI, et cetera, and they piled truckloads of money into that because an 8% rate is pretty damn attractive. 8% is pretty attractive. Hey, that's even beating U.S. Treasuries these days, so that's good. You can get 5% from the U.S. government or 8% from the DAI protocol. Of course, the risk parameters are not exactly the same, and I use MakerDAO, but I understand that it's a smart contract protocol. Risks exist, and the risk of a smart contract being hacked is probably a little bit higher than the U.S. government defaulting. So there's that to bake into your thought process here. Also, some big news for the Mantle layer 2. Remember, Mantle is the one that's backed by BYBIT. So they've teamed up with Lido Finance. So there's a proposal to allocate a chunk of their $370 million worth of Ethereum that's sitting in their treasury into staked Ethereum in exchange for reward sharing. So this has passed. They're now going to do that. That makes Lido the only protocol to have partnered with Mantle. It's also, of course, the beginning of potentially a big liquid staked Ethereum ecosystem coming to the Mantle network. That injects the Mantle ecosystem with literally hundreds of millions of dollars of staked Ethereum. So pretty damn big news for those two big industry players to be partnering up. Now, here's an overview of the layer 2 scene as it is right now. Arbitrum still leading with $6 billion total value locked, still the far and away winner. Optimism, 50% behind in second place at $3 billion. Now, if you look on down, ZK Sync, which was one that I've been trying to airdrop farm, along with a few others, of course, covering all these strategies, of course, in the newsletter every week. But the ZK Sync, they're at 500 million. Let's round it up. And give them the extra 45 million. They're at 455 million. Let's call it half a billion. Round it up there for them. They're at half a billion. Coinbase's base, they crossed over 100 million the other day. They're up to about 134 million, currently sitting on chain right now. So that's pretty good. Total value locked. Others like Immutable X have surpassed 100 million. And Mantle down here, almost at 100 million. They're currently around $94 million. So we're seeing a lot of money coming in on chain. Polygon's ZK EVM definitely not getting the love here, though, only $50 million. Linea, Consensus is Linea, I feel like is the absolute outlier here. Money has, and they're probably going to do an airdrop, but money has definitely not aped in yet. We only have $28 million currently sitting on Linea. So These are the ones that are potentially going to do airdrops: Linea, Polygon, ZK EVM, ZK Sync, potentially Mantle, potentially Base. Now, Base has said we're not going to do an airdrop, but they could do an airdrop. They could do an airdrop. That's kind of what they have to say right now because of the SEC. But when things change slightly for the altcoin scene, they could easily do an airdrop. But hey, don't use these networks based on the thought that you may or may not get an airdrop at some point in the future, because you may not get an airdrop and then you'll be severely disappointed. I thought I was going to get an airdrop. I didn't get any free money. Nope. I'm playing around with all these different networks. I have not sent money over to Base yet. That's on my list of things to do. They usually do a lot of that on Thursdays, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. But I have money on Linea. I have money on ZK Sync right now. I have money on the Mantle network. Of course, I'm using Arbitrum on a regular basis as well. But I do need to get some money over on to Base and Polygon ZK EVM. Those two things are on my list of things to do for the week when I do all my on-chain stuff. So keeping an eye on these layer 2 networks. You can see they're growing massively in popularity all the time. As Emperor Osmo points out here, layer 2 wars are on fire. In just the past 14 days, of course, over 100 million bridge over to Base, over 40 million to Mantle, 7.5 million to Linea, ZK Sync, Zora. So we are seeing huge amounts of money flowing in here. And that's where the opportunity continues to be right now, is on chain. On chain, we see lots of opportunity on chain. We see lots of big partnerships happening on chain. Chainlink, by the way, Chainlink bags to the moon. Of course, I have Chainlink, obviously. If you want to know what's in my portfolio, my full portfolio disclosures, risk statements, all that kind of stuff, link in the description for that as well. Or you can find that over on the wealthmastery.io on my disclosures page there. So Coinbase's layer 2 has tapped Chainlink ahead of their main net launch. Chainlink, as always, finding itself right there in the center of all the fun, of all the action, because of course Chainlink does. Chainlink, one of the most fundamentally strong projects out there, which the price has not reflected, but CCIP could be the game changer here. So that's why I got myself a big fat bag of Chainlink, and I'm waiting for Chainlink to go to the moon.